Hey, my name is Gus. I'm coming to you from dypmarketing.com, and in this video, I'm going to talk about why 90% of small business owners they fail. In 90% of them fail in the first 5 years, and from that 10%, 90% of them fail in the second 5 years. So running a business, running a successful business, and maintaining it for years to come is not an easy thing. It's not a job anyone can do, and in this video, I'm going to go over the 3 phases of a business and why you need to make sure all of these 3 phases are on point to make sure your company continuously and consistently grows and grows. Okay, and what I've come to see, because we run an ad agency, and most of the businesses I see out there, they're 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 not on point on all the 3 stages that I'm going to cover, but because we live in a world where there's most people average, these people can kind of get away with it. But these most of the businesses, they don't make that much money. They usually break even, and they make enough just to cover the bills and just fund a basic life. But they don't make that much in the business, and those businesses who have all of these things I'm going to cover on point, they are the ones that just grow and keep on growing, and they just go into Fortune 500, Fortune 1000 companies, and they are able to consistently grow. So in this in this in the marketplace we are in, okay, if any entrepreneur who is willing to go this little bit of the extra mile, they can easily take over the whatever space they're in. Okay, so I'm going to go over what these 3 stages are and how you can stop it from happening to you. So these are the 3 stages of business. You can word it in many different way, but there's only like 3 categories. One is the initiation phase, where you're trying to get your business seen and known. Where this is the sales and marketing phase. You want to get known. You want to get your messages, get your offers seen by as many, not obviously seen by as many, but you want to get it seen by your target audience. Okay, the people who are in need of your whatever product or service you're selling. So the initiation phase is the marketing and sales phase, which you got to get right to make sure you constantly getting cash flow coming in. And then the second stage is the fulfillment, is to making sure you're delivering an amazing product or service. And and you, and this is where this stage 2 is where your brand basically gets built. Okay, this is where you showcase what you're about, what your company's character is about. This is what builds the brand. And also the stage 3, which is aftercare, checking customer experience, making sure that each customer that buys from you, they are happy with what you have, and they're not going to go and complain about your product. So let's go into the initiation phase, and let's talk little bit about that. And the cause of failure is that why most people fail in business is because, first of all, a lot of the entrepreneurs, they don't the best mindset I've seen to start a business is the mindset that goes into a marketplace, sees a problem, and then he goes in and trying to solve that problem. And what that mindset is, the entrepreneur goes in with a sense of a mission. Okay, that sense of a mission is a strong. This going to give you a strong emotion to go beyond what's necessary to deliver amazing result. Okay, so the first thing is uh, most entrepreneurs don't have the right mission. And what happens is that most entrepreneurs, basically, they go in with the intention of making money, and by going in just chasing result, you're not gonna love the day-to-day aspect of the business, going into the trenches and every day consistently, every single day on time, delivering on what it is you have to deliver. Okay, and that comes from uh, the mission. And most entrepreneurs don't have that. They don't have the mindset of mission, so they can't be consistent, and they don't go with enough zest, enough aggressiveness to make that company work. Okay, so the next thing is they don't put the customer first. Okay, so in our marketing, okay, if you want to create the best messages, the best offers, and all of these things, the mindset that creates that is the mindset of, okay, putting the customer first. Okay, what is this problem you're solving? What is the product we're solving? and how can we position our marketing to best attract that customer. So you do that by putting the customer first, by understanding the customer, knowing what the pains and frustration, and also knowing what is it that they desire, and then what the concerns, what's stepping in the way, and then dealing with all of that in your marketing. And those kind of marketing gets the best conversion rate. Okay, so the next thing is don't market aggressively enough. So as we know, if you look in on Facebook, on Instagram, there's full of ads, there's ads everywhere. and and what we're trying to do when we are marketing, we're trying to get attention. So we can't just get attention by just doing one blow and then stopping, and then seeing it doesn't work and then stop. So most of the business owners, we in our agency, we run Facebook ads for local businesses, for small business owners, and or even any size type of business really. So one of the main things we see in business owners, they do run maybe Facebook ads or Instagram ads, but they run one or two ads and they stop doing it. Okay, and they run one or two ads, they see, okay, this ad hasn't worked, and then they say, they think in their mind, some of them, they think that Facebook doesn't work. But that's not the case. The case is you got to uh, run enough tests, run basically you got to create a variety of ads, maybe 10, 20 different ads with a different offer, different creative, different copy, and then test those ads, running putting them in front of the right audience and testing different audiences, see which one respond. Okay, so it takes much more effort to get a marketing campaign working. Okay, so even in our own agency, like we're doing outreach to attract, to get clients. So it takes much more effort in outreaching than I thought we needed. Okay, so we have to outreach much harder, much aggressively. Our message have to be much more aggressive. We have to make sure that we we over promise and also we over deliver. So we over promise, and what I found, by over promising pushes us to to basically take our game to the next level so we can deliver on that promise. Okay, and another thing is most businesses, they don't have the solid sales system. So number one is getting traffic. By You do that by having a aggressive marketing campaign going on, and then once you get the lead from your marketing, then you want to have a solid sales system to close those leads, to close the lead. So we tell our client, look, when a lead comes in, you have to follow up at least 5 times per day until they pick up the phone, and then you can book them in for an appointment. Okay, so what most businesses do, they call up one time, they don't pick up, and they stop. So you got to have a good follow-up system to follow up with your leads, and get them to their appointment, whatever it is you're driving them to. You want to get a sale right away. So you got to be aggressive, and you got to have a solid sales system. You got to have a follow-up system to make that happen. Most people are busy with their life. They have so many things going on, so you have to keep going. And most people think like, if they follow up too much or if they push too much, they are kind of being intrusive. But what it is, most people, they're not even aware that you're following up, because they're mostly busy with with basically their life. Okay, so it takes much more follow up than you think to be actually intrusive, because most people are busy. They have so many things going on, and they don't even notice you until you blow a bit more aggressive. So the last one is they don't understand how much effort it takes to put a product in to a market. Like I said, you have to 10x your effort to get your products and services known into the marketplace. So this is phase one, the initiation. This is a sales and marketing phase, which people, they don't push hard enough. And another thing also, most businesses, right, they get complacent with, maybe they get a decent amount uh, of traffic coming in, or sales coming in, but they get complacent with their success, and they don't market all year round. They only do market here and there, and they're not, their marketing is not consistent. Okay, the only way to make sure that your your marketing, you constantly have a new flow of leads coming in, is to make sure that your marketing is consistent and you're always out there all year round. So an example, you never see big companies such as McDonald's, Amazon, you never see them not advertising. For them, they advertise all year round, every single day, and they advertise on every single channel that you can find. They advertise on basically radio, on the internet. They advertise on billboards, on the streets. Everywhere you look at, they are advertising, because they know the value of advertising, and they know in order for them to consistently grow, they constantly have to be in front of people and telling them about their product, their service, and all the great things they do. Okay, so the next phase is the fulfillment phase. What most small business owners do is that they don't put enough care in their product or service to make sure their product is at the top of their game, is a top-notch product basically. And then another thing, their product is not consistent. So every day is different, and then maybe one day a customer comes in, like for example a restaurant, a customer comes in, the food is good, and then 2 days later on the food is not so good. And that happens because they don't have the right systems in place. They have a broken fulfillment system, and they haven't created a methodologies to make sure that every day everything they do is the same thing, and the quality is every day is the same thing. So and the product is not consistent. And then another thing, unmanaged team, that basically there needs to be a manager every single day to make sure that everything is on point, making sure the team is on point, everyone is on track, everyone is on the same page. So the workflow, the product, the service can be consistent every single day. Okay, it can be reliable system which your customers can rely on. Okay, next thing is not having a quality control. So every product or service that goes out, in everything needs to have a somebody in your team to check the quality of that product. Okay, because every time a product goes out of your business, and then the the quality is not up to par, most likely you're losing a customer at that point. Okay, most likely they will not come back. And if, let's say, your business is at the starting phase, usually people try it once, and if the quality is not good, they're not going to say anything. They're just going to stop paying. They're going to stop coming to you. And then business owners, especially small business owners, they don't realize at the beginning, maybe they have a new business, like for example a restaurant. They open up, people come and try them out. So the first months they're lower busy, and then the next months start slowly going down without them realizing. Okay, so what it is, because the product is not good, and customers don't usually give feedback. They don't like to give feedback, and they don't want to complain or look negative, so they just don't say anything, and they just stop buying your product. That's what happens. Okay, another thing is lack of consistency, and that one comes from all the other things which I went over. Not having a quality control, and the team is unmanaged, things are unorganized, and things like that. And then the last part, the aftercare, these two right here, the fulfillment and the aftercare, is what really sets up. This is where your brand gets built. Okay, this is where the character of your company is revealed. So what it is, the aftercare is, you got to make sure, a lot of businesses, you got to make sure you're setting up a feedback system to make sure you're asking the customers, is the product good, is everything okay with the product. You want to be the first. So in your company, you want to always make sure you're the first and the only person your customers complain to. You don't want them to complain to somebody else, because if they say a negative thing about your business, there's more likely your companies keep declining. You're going to lose that customer, and then you're going to lose their friends, their family who can possibly come to you. You're going to lose them. So you got to make sure that you're the first person and the last person they complain to. So you got to have a feedback system in place to make sure that uh, every product that goes out, you're asking every customer how is the experience, how and basically what they feel about your product. Okay, and you want to make sure, and the ways you can do that is by making sure you have a system where you're capturing each audience and you're getting feedback right away. Next thing is being okay with one loss. So let's say you make a mistake, or a customer is not happy. You want to always making sure you fulfill, you deal with the problem, and leave the customer basically leaving happy. Because and one thing is, you always want to win the customer. Okay, you don't want to argue with the customer. You don't want to win against the customer, because you want to win the customer. You want to build a relationship with that customer, and you want to make sure the next day he comes back or she comes back and spends money in your business. You don't want the customer to, let's say, most small businesses, let's say, for example, you go and shop at a business. There's a problem with the product, and let's say the customer is kind of their fault. Maybe they done something to it or whatever it is. You always want to take the loss, because you might think you're losing in that moment, but in the long run you're winning, because you're going to win that customer over. And there's going to be rarely anyone who's going to take advantage of your business, or there's going to be some people. Obviously these things happen, but what's going to happen in the long run, you're going to win. And by you giving a refund to that person, this at that moment, your character of your company gets built. That customer is going to leave happy. He's not going to leave maybe a negative review or things like that. And there's a high chance that he comes back. So you, by putting the customer first, by making sure that, by going by a philosophy that customer is always right, you might lose on a micro level, okay, but on a macro level, on the long run, you're going to win, because every person that uh, visits your store, visits your business, you want to make sure, you want to win that customer over and build a relationship with that customer, so that customer comes and buys again from you, comes and spend their money with you, and also they're going to refer other people to you. Okay, and this is how you win. Most of the small businesses I see out there, they are very short-sighted. They don't see the long run. They don't see the mission. Like I said, the first thing, they don't see the mission. They don't see that they have to win the customer. Their job is not going against the customer. They want to win the customer, even if sometimes the customer is wrong. You always want to win them over, and then making sure they're going to uh, spend their money with you. Okay, that's the aim. And to be honest, what I've seen is that running a successful business is not for everybody. Not everybody can run a successful business, and the skill set and the mindset you need to build a business is very different. Like, for example, if you read the book, a very famous popular book, The E-Myth, most people who start a business, they are good at the the the, the whatever it is they're doing. Like, for example, someone is a good at a running, good at cooking, and they go and start a business. They don't realize running a restaurant is totally different than being able to cook. Is a different game. It needs a different skill set. It needs management. It needs everything that I covered. And to run a business, to be able to successfully run a business, you got to think more like an entrepreneur. You got to, the old saying that goes, you got to work on the business, not in the business. Most people who start a business, they don't have the right mindset, they don't have the right values, the right philosophies. So most of them, 90% of businesses, they fail. Okay, that's the reason. So to be honest, what I've seen, running a business, like I said, is not for most people. Okay, only a few people can start a business and put in the right effort in to grow that business. And and one thing is, you got to be constantly learning and improving all of the aspect of the business, the marketing and sales aspect of it, the fulfillment aspect, and also the aftercare, having a good customer service and winning in the long run. Okay, so this is about it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you got some value from this video. I hope you understood the three phases and why you need to make sure all of these are on point to make sure your company keeps on growing and keeps going to the next level. Okay, so thanks for watching. Please, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and also share it with people and another business owners, another entrepreneur. And if you guys are wanting us to help you market your business online, reach more people, generate more leads, and supercharge your sales, visit dypmarketing.com and book a call with us. I would love to come in and see what we can do for you. Thanks so much for watching, and take care.